Let them say. The inspiring story of defying expectations and achieving your dreams. The aroma of frying plantain and the boisterous laughter of Auntie Agnes always spilled out onto the dusty Accra street. Her chop bar, Agnes' Delight, was a haven of good food and even better gossip. Today, however, a different kind of buzz filled the air, a low hum of speculation that had been growing for weeks. It centered around Amma, Agnes' bright and ambitious niece. Amma had always been different. While other young women her age were focused on finding a good husband and settling down, Amma dreamt of numbers and balance sheets. She had secured a coveted scholarship to study accounting at the University of Ghana, a feat that had initially been met with pride. But as her final year approached, whispers started to snake through the community. "She's spending too much time with books," some would cluck, shaking their heads over bowls of fufu. "A woman's place is in the home. All that education will just make her too proud for a good man," others would murmur, their eyes following Amma as she walked to the library, a stack of textbooks clutched to her chest. The most persistent voice belonged to Mama Esi, a respected elder known for her sharp tongue and even sharper opinions. "Let them say," she declared to anyone who would listen, her voice laced with disapproval. "This modern nonsense will turn our girls into men. What man wants a woman who talks of debits and credits?" Amma tried to ignore the whispers. She buried herself in her studies, fueled by a fierce determination to prove them wrong. She knew her path was different, and the doubts of others only strengthened her resolve. But sometimes, late at night, when the city sounds quieted and the weight of expectation pressed down, the words would sting. "Let them say," Mama Esi's pronouncements echoed in her mind. Auntie Agnes, a woman who had carved her own successful path in a male-dominated world, saw Amma struggle. One evening, as they sat peeling cassava behind the chop bar, Agnes placed a comforting hand on Amma's. "My dear," she said, her voice softer than usual, "the tongues of people are like the leaves of a palm tree. They will always sway in the wind. You cannot control what they say, but you can control how you listen." Amma looked up, her eyes filled with a mixture of frustration and sadness. "But Auntie, it feels like everyone is against me. They think I'm abandoning our traditions." Agnes smiled, a knowing glint in her eyes. "Tradition is not about holding everyone in the same place, Amma. It is about carrying forward the best of our values while also embracing progress. Your intelligence, your ambition, these are not things to be ashamed of. They are gifts." She continued, her voice firm. "Let them say what they want. Their words are just that, words. Your actions, your achievements, those are what truly matter. Focus on your studies, make us proud, and let your success be your loudest answer." Amma took her aunt's words to heart. She poured all her energy into her final exams, graduating with top honors. Offers from prestigious accounting firms flooded in. She chose one in the heart of Accra, a testament to her commitment to her community, even as she forged her own modern path. The whispers didn't disappear entirely, but they certainly softened. Mama Esi, though still skeptical, had to concede that Amma's success was undeniable. The young woman's achievements spoke louder than any disapproval. Years later, Amma stood tall, a respected chartered accountant, mentoring young girls in her community who dared to dream beyond traditional roles. She often remembered her Auntie Agnes's words and the constant refrain of the naysayers. One afternoon, Mama Esi, now frail but still sharp-witted, approached Amma after a community event where Amma had given an inspiring speech. "Amma," she said, her voice surprisingly gentle, I used to say, let them say. I was wrong." Amma smiled warmly. "It's all right, Mama Esi. We all learn." "No," the elder insisted, shaking her head. "I see now. Let them say. Let them talk and doubt. Because while they are busy with their words, you are busy building your future. And that, my dear, is the only voice that truly matters." And so, the phrase, "let them say," took on a new meaning for Amma. It was no longer a burden of disapproval but a quiet affirmation. It was a reminder that the opinions of others were just noise, and the only voice she truly needed to heed was her own, the voice that propelled her towards her dreams, regardless of what anyone else might say.